Okay, guys, welcome to Monday night Grubb Cast. I'm trying to do something here real quick again. Imagine that with Facebook. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, I forgot to text you, didn't I? Guys, I got a great guest on tonight. He's sitting backstage right now. Let's get some of the homework done here real quick, and I'm trying to get us over here to where I can see us on Facebook for comments, as usual. For some reason, it doesn't want to come up. We'll have to probably close out of there and redo that. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me, guys. I don't know why Facebook always wants to fight me on night of the show. Hey, Robert. There we go. I knew if I closed out and come back in. Okay, Rusty Kaiser. Um, okay, sponsors, guys. Fish Sticks Rods, Hook and Donkeys, Sanborn Builders, Ace Hardware, Hobbs Roofing, Pizza Stop, Southern Ohio Sanitation, Williams and Son Construction, Raccoon Creek Outfitters, Gamma Fishing Line, and Drop Zone Bait and Tackle. Drop Zone Bait and Tackle. And I do believe I got Raccoon Creek Outfitters on there, but we'll get them again if I forgot them. Guys, all them guys make it to where I can have this show and travel and do the fishing that I love to do. And just like tonight, I get to have a local young man that I watched grow up from actually a baby. I told him that one time I can remember going to his dad's to go coon hunting and him running around in diapers. So, and I was a young gentleman then, very young. But yes, I am very pleased to have him on tonight and to see what he done down at Gunnersville, and he gets to share his experience with us about it. I'm looking very, very forward to this. I've been thinking about it all day long. Been thinking about it for a week since I asked him to come on. But real quick, tonight we're doing 2 giveaways again. Caleb from Custom Hard Tackle. This is a custom painted popper. And Mike has run a special batch of sonar shad, 4.5 sonar shad in the Morning Dawn. He said he's got about 6 more packages of these left. If you want them, if you don't win them tonight, he'll have them down at Oak Hill Show, which is this Saturday. So go down to Oak Hill High School swap meet in Oak Hill at the Oak Hill High School. It is 9 to 1. It's always a really, really good swap meet. So it's supposed to be rainy this Saturday. Go down and check out the Oak Hill swap meet. But yeah, tonight I'll be giving both of these away on my trivia question. We will do it after Andrew gets done with his telling us of what took place at Gunnersville. And just, if you have a question, pop it on here. I'll try to ask it to him. But yes, with no more to talk about, let's bring Andrew on, and he can give us what he felt like and the experience he got the experience with getting 6th place in a Toyota Series in the Central Division at Gunnersville. So here's Andy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Andy. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good deal.
So,
like, if anybody's got any questions, just ask. I don't think I can see comments, but Tony can read them to me or whatever. And also apologize. I'm still a little bit sick, so if I got a cough or whatever, I'm still struggling a little bit. But coming from 70-degree weather back to here kind of got me. So that was pretty rough. But first off, I want to thank a couple people. Brock Shaner with B3 Excavating. That dude has helped me out the past couple of years, and I haven't got to give him a public shout out. And if you need anything done, that dude is a wizard with equipment. I mean, he can do your driveway, put water lines in, fix water lines, whatever you need done. So if you could, give him some business for me. Dan down at the Marathon at the South Y, he's helped me out the past couple of years. About everybody around here shops there anyway, but go give him some support too. Other than that, I guess I'll just start with, we went down, the first day of practice, we decided to go fish some history, and it didn't really go that good the first couple of days. Couldn't really find anything. We caught a couple big ones each day, but nothing I thought was going to do anything. Second and third day of practice, about the same. Then I think the first day of the tournament, I just kind of had a hunch. We had some warm nights leading up to the tournament, and I was like, man, if these fish pull up, I know where they're going to be. And I went to a spot that I'd had some history with, just was very hopeful, and they was there. And I had, the best day of my life. The first day, I think I had 24 and a half pounds, and I don't know what to say about it. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I think I caught a 15-inch fish first, and then I caught a 6, and then I caught a 5, then kept catching 4-pounders, and it was just one of those days I couldn't do anything wrong. And those are the days you need when you fish in the Toyotas. Like, especially even to get a check, you have to have 2 of the best days you've ever had in your life. And that's just to get a check. These guys are so good at what they do. It's unbelievable. But ended up weighing that big bag in. Second day I went out, and it was a little bit slower, but I still caught fish. Nowhere near as many as I did the first day. But I think the first day, me and my co-angler did some math afterwards. I think I caught 2 20-pound bags, just, calling fish. It was just amazing. But like I said, the second day, a little bit slower, but I still was able to catch them. I think I dropped back to 6th or 7th. And, after weighing, I went home, and I was like, holy crap, I kind of got a shot this thing because I was only a little over a pound out of first. And went back to the same spot day 3, and the fish were still there. I was able to put together what I did, and, man, I couldn't be happier. It was just absolutely amazing experience. And like Tony's talked about, everybody that reached out to me, it means the world. I'm in an unfamiliar area. I don't know a whole lot of people, but as I'm on stage, my phone is going off in my pocket from people congratulating me and telling me they're watching and stuff. And that means so much. And, Tony's talked about that before, but I literally can't thank you guys enough. Probably everybody that's watching this has reached out to me in some way. And it goes so far, you don't even understand. But, other than that, it was just really fun. Like Tony said, it's hard to come home after a place like that. So
You got that right.
Yeah.
Well, I looked up before we started the show here. Andrew had 24 and a half on day 1, 1910 on day 2, and 1911 on day 3 for 63.10.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it takes, consistency. You have to be consistent.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's crazy how, and obviously the lakes are different. You're not going to go around here and do that. But when you go down south, that's what it takes. And, I fished a tournament at Pickwick last year where I had 40 pounds and just barely got a check. So, 20 pounds, I think I had 17 and a half the first day, and then 22 and a half the second day. And it was like right at 40 pounds. and just I think I was 2 spots into a check. So it's just
But
good.
that's 2 tournaments in Toyota Series in 2 years you've cashed a check. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
saying something.
yeah. It's a lot. And it's obviously not easy to do. I put a lot of work into this, and I've woke my wife up at midnight showing her different trailers for chatterbaits or showing her a spot here, or I've called Ernie in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And it takes a lot of work, and just like you put the work in too. It's not something that unless you've done it, it's hard to even explain how much work goes into it. It's you got to absolutely love it with everything you are, and you got to dedicate pretty much everything to it. And I'm very lucky that I have the support system that I do. My wife, she's all on board. My kids love it. My parents, they love it. Everybody helps me out so much, and I'm just super blessed about that.
Yep. Aaron Strickland said bait of choice.
Ooh, Gunnersville, you got to go with the jackhammer. It changes daily down there. You might go through practice, and this happened to me before. You might catch them in red on red all through practice. Then you get to the tournament, and they won't bite it. So you just have to know, when they're not biting it doesn't mean they're not there. Just got to switch it up. But this tournament and the tournament 2 years ago where I did decent, it ended up being black and blue jackhammer with the deal razor shad trailer. That seems to always be the go-to.
Like I said last week, and I'm not kidding, I spent probably over $1,000 of watch it. But first, I watch YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
I researched for 2 months watching YouTube channels of Gunnersville in February,
Yep.
bass fishing Gunnersville in February, and every one of them, rattle trap red, jackhammers red, everything red, and I spent over $1,000 in red baits.
Yep.
And never caught a fish on a red bait.
Yeah, red's popular, obviously, and I still don't believe that people even catch them on a rattle trap because I can't catch them on a rattle trap down there. The only thing
I seen day one it happens.
Yeah. Well,
My co-angler.
I also throw an A rig too, and I do catch them on an A rig. I don't think I weighed any fish in that I caught on my A rig, but I was able to catch several. And it's also a good practice bait too because you do get a lot of bites on it. But it seems like this tournament I didn't catch any big ones on the A rig. But
I had a little bit of an A rig going on, but I could not throw it because of the duckweed floating.
That's another thing too. Like, especially with Gunnersville, that eelgrass, that goes back to me talking about how much work you got to put into it. When I get there the first day of practice, I'm looking at the wind on the Deep Dive app or the Predict the Wind, because with all that floating eelgrass, you got to know, like, so if I practice this spot today, that don't even mean I can fish in the tournament because all the eelgrass will blow in it, if the wind's blowing in the opposite direction. So that's one of the things I paid attention to in practice was the wind direction and what it was going to be in the tournament. And pretty much everything I practiced was based off of where the wind was going to be blowing for the tournament. And it ended up, sometimes it's wrong, but it ended up being right this time. And the wind was pretty strong in it. I think it helped my bite out a lot. This spot I had was just a little bay, and I swear to you, it was no bigger than, you can ask JJ and Ernie Perkins, no bigger than the swimming area at Lake Snowden. I could have power poled down and never moved and still probably caught the same fish I did. I went kind of in a circle around it and moved around a little bit. But with the wind blowing at it, the bait started to move in, the fish started to come up, and I noticed, as soon as I started seeing bait and then I caught a few, I was like, okay, they're here. And I was just able to sit pretty much in that one spot and catch, I think, everything I weighed in except for maybe 1 or 2 fish come from that one little spot. So,
Travis 6, going down there Saturday, did you fish anywhere near City Harbor? They're staying in City Harbor. I'm like, wow, what a place to stay.
yeah, so, and I was talking to Randy Howe at the dock, and he explained this to me. So the lower end of the lake You may not catch as many fish, but you're going to catch bigger fish. The upper end of the lake is where you're probably going to get your numbers. You can all, I mean, it's Gunnersville. You're going to catch big fish everywhere. But yeah, down around City Harbor, there, obviously All Reds is really hot right now. Spring Creek, down around the Browns area. Yeah, Gunnersville, you can catch them anywhere. And
Exactly.
what I've learned is they will school per size too. So if you're in practice and you're running along and you're catching 2-pounders, that's what you're going to be. You just got to keep moving. And when you actually catch a 4 or 5, that's, that area is going to hold those bigger fish.
Let's see here. And Ben Lee said, "Great job, Andrew."
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
And Dean Barnhart, do you have any co-anglers that's inspired you?
So I told my wife before I came on here, I'm going to talk about Dean for a second. My first tournament that I ever drew a co-angler, the first time I ever had a random person in the back of my boat was Dean Barnhart. And I had the best time, me and him did. And you got to think, being my first tournament where I drew some random person to be in the back of my boat, if it would have went badly, I may have never wanted to do it again. So when I drew Dean, and I think me and him fished together for 2 days. I think I ended up getting 8th or 9th in that tournament Mosquito for the state championship. And we had so much fun. And that kept me like, man, I really want to do this. So I owe Dean more than what he knows. Dean's a member of my family forever.
Don't swell his head up too much.
Well, man, I seriously owe him a lot. He's such a good guy, and he's always supported me, and we've had so much fun every time we've been on the water, and hopefully I get to fish with him again sometime.
Do you want to bring up what you brought up to me the other day?
I do, yeah. So I got a pretty cool announcement. Pretty happy about it. Duckett Rods reached out, and I'm going to be working with them, hopefully for as long as I can. They're graciously sending me all new rods to use for the rest of the year. They're going to send me new stuff to test when they get it. In exchange, obviously I got to make some content, so we're gonna dig into that this year. But it's super exciting. I've used them for several years now. And after the tournament, there was a picture of me holding my rod with the bait, and that little picture went a long way. Z-Man reached out, and Z-Man sent me a whole box of new jackhammers with with the deal trailers, but the Duckett deal I'm super stoked about. That's something that my dad got me started using those rods, and I've used them, and I love them, and I'm really excited about it. I'm not really much for making videos, but it's something that that's the name of the game now, so I'm going to have to start doing it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about
it. Matt Fisher, question for both of you. Anything you would recommend fishing the Toyota series? Yeah.
Anything I would recommend, like, I guess if there's any recommendations for it, one, you need to have the time because it takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. 2, there's no question it's expensive. You got to have the money, and you got to have the support to be able to do it. And also, one main thing is you need to learn to lose. Yep. Just being straight up, because you're not going to go into these things and just start tearing them up right out of the gate. It's just not going to happen. These guys are too good. And I think that's a common, I wouldn't say mistake, but a lot of people might look at it and be like, man, I can do that or whatever. But just know that, you're going to get your ass stomped a couple times.
You're going to get your teeth kicked in.
Yeah, just be straight up about it. And you learn to lose and learn to, just pay attention to the people around you and learn, as you go. And I've been lucky that I've been able to travel with, a couple of the best fishing minded people I know. Ernie Perkins is one of the smartest fishermen that I've, ever been around. That dude is unbelievable. We'll sit and talk about stuff. We get each other, and we're able to learn off of each other. And that helps a lot, and having people to travel with, share expenses and stuff like that. Um, but other than that, just go into it open-minded, be willing to learn, and just be ready to get your teeth kicked in a couple times, if not more, and just not give up. That's probably the main thing that I would recommend.
One thing that I'll say too, especially Matt, if you're planning on going as a co-angler, you better be ready to have your brains beat out on a boat ride. Josh come in day one, and he said that he had the worst boat ride he'd ever had in his life. And I can't tell you how many boat rides I've been in as a co-angler in the Toyota series that I thought I was going out the side of the boat. I mean, because they just put the hammer down and they go. They do not care about the co-angler sitting over there or nothing. They just go.
Oh, I've had people pass me that I'm like, my God. And I've had people in my boat before that, I was running pretty good, running pretty hard, and they're kind of, you can tell they're not happy with it. I look over and someone blows by me. I'm like, well, you could be with him. Like, but, yeah, that's definitely true. Them guys do not care, and that's another thing that's different. Like even with the BFLs, these you need to be ready to share water, just like you talked about. You find fish, the other people find too. They're not going to come up and be like, "Oh, you're here first." They'll step in your boat with you. Like,
Yep.
I was at a spot over in All Reds last year. I was probably 30 yards off the bank, and I think it was Ryan Salzman. He's a guide down there. He was in the tournament. He blew between me and the bank. Couldn't have been 10 yards from me, wide open. But to them, it's just normal. Them guys are crazy. So.
That little bridge that I still saying last week, and that's something I got to get used to because I pulled in where I caught the 6-pounder. I pulled in, there was a boat there, and I'm like, man, and my co-angler's like, if you want to catch fish, you got to get in there with them.
Yeah,
he said you got to go in, and
that's another thing I didn't talk about. The spot that I fished, I got really lucky, and the only other person that was in that whole area was Kyle Lane, and he ended up, I think, third or fourth. We was in shouting distance of each other, but we never could see each other. And this was a huge area. But what helped out was, people in practice, just like me, I didn't catch them in there in practice either. But I just went in there on a hunch that they was going to move up, and they did. So pretty much the whole tournament, I had nobody. I don't think I seen one other boat that was in the tournament the whole entire time, which, helped out a lot ultimately.
Oh, yes. Yeah, when you're not sharing the fish with 7, 8 other boats, it makes it a lot more easier.
Absolutely. So,
and when you watch them other boats catching fish and you ain't catching fish, especially me, it gets in my head. And, and like I said last week, I've got to learn how to get that out of my head.
Yeah. Well, now day 3, I pulled in, and I don't know if they was having a local tournament or what, but there was a boat sitting, right directly on the spot that I was fishing. It wasn't one of our competitors, but I pulled in and I asked him kindly if I could share it with him, and he kind of realized what was going on and he moved out of there. So, but other than that, it was pretty much had it to myself.
Well, that's cool. And now you are going to Pickwick, right?
I am going to Pickwick. I'm paid, and it's in about a month, so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get back there. I learned some stuff last year. It's a little bit different time of year, but just kind of need to figure out where the fish are sitting, and hopefully I find them and try to cash another check, or at least have a good showing, and go from there.
Well, we'll have to have you back on too after you get back from Pickwick to see.
Yeah, I'll be glad. Be glad to.
Did you have any jitters after the first night?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't even know if it's still fully hit me, Tony. Honestly, after the first night, I was so, I just had the best. Beyond the tournament, and you'll understand this, beyond the tournament, catching that amount of fish and that, having a day like that means more just on the fishing aspect than the tournament. And I was so happy with what had happened. It really didn't hit me probably until after day 3. And then I was like, just unload of emotions, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, here in Ohio, it's don't know that you'll ever be able to do a 24 pound and a half bag in Ohio. It's going to be
Probably not.
tough.
Probably not. The exception of Burr Oak maybe, but not like down there. That's a whole different ball game.
It'd be tough on Lake Erie to do that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Which Lake Erie and me don't get along, so.
So, and I hadn't asked you this: are you going to fish the BFLs this year?
I'm definitely going to fish Tanner's first, and I'm going to try to fish as many as I can. Just going to kind of play it by ear, but I'm definitely fishing Tanner's because I like Tanner's. I've learned a little bit about it, and so it'll be a little bit different coming from. That'll probably be a little bit after Pickwick, coming from Pickwick to Tanner's, but I like it, and I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to try to fish some river stuff this year. Fish some with Dad, and fish some with Garrett, and all that. So main focus is the Toyotas, but I'm going to do what I can.
You might Indian. You've done pretty good on Indian, ain't you? It's a lot like Mosquito.
Yeah, Indian's actually the only one I know for a fact I'm not fishing because I'm going to fish the homecoming tournament
down to River.
And me and my cousin Bryce have fished it. We used to fish it every year, and every year it falls on a BFL. And I told Bryce this year, I don't care what it is, we're fishing the homecoming tournament. So.
Yeah, it seems like they always do that.
Yeah, every year.
Yeah. So. But it's there's so many circuits and tournaments going on now that I mean, we was talking the other day, you could fish every weeknight and every Saturday and Sunday, just open tournaments. Absolutely. If you wanted to.
Yeah, and I used to do it back, when I kind of first started fishing tournaments. I fished a tournament probably every day of every weekend all summer, whether it be on the river or Burr Oak or Snowden or somewhere. I did a lot of it. Man, I learned a lot doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot more than just going to buying a boat and some fishing equipment and going fishing. You've got to put time in.
Absolutely.
You have to put time in.
Absolutely. And it makes you want to. Obviously, the Toyotas, the money's a little bit better, and you've got a chance at, doing what you wanted to do your whole entire life. And just like last year, at the end of the year, I got the bid for the Tackle Warehouse Series. They sent me an email, and I got my invite, and I was like, it's so hard to turn down, but, I think it's $32,000 for the year. So in order to do that, you need to do good in the Toyotas, get the money built up, build some sponsors, and be able to do it.
Well, and also not only is it like 30, you sure 32 or 50? Because I got the bid 2 years ago, and
30, I thought it was in the 30s. I could be wrong. It might be 50, but either way, travel and all that, it's going to be up there.
You got 5 weeks of vacation.
Yeah,
and that's not enough time. A week in them lakes is not enough time.
No.
And travel because I mean they fish Florida, Missouri. They fish all over the country.
Yep.
So it's hard to be a working person and do that.
Yeah, no, obviously that's a goal for the future, but just kind of take it tournament by tournament right now and see what happens. I'm having fun with it, and that's the main thing. I'm learning. I got some momentum for the past couple of years, and I'm just going to do what I can, and whatever happens, happens.
Exactly.
So,
and that's the kind of attitude to have.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point now that my age is going to start running me down because I'm getting to the point that I can't hardly do daylight to dark every day practicing. And
wait till you get my age.
Yeah, I hope I get back to that. I might start going backwards.
No, but to sum it up, I had a really amazing week. I'm super blessed right now. Just everything in my life is going really well, and I just couldn't be happier. And I can't, just like me and you've talked, there's no way to put in words how much to thank everybody that has reached out. And, seeing the comments on Facebook, and when you're on stage, like I said, my phone's going off in my pocket. That means a lot. It really
Mm-hmm.
does. And hopefully, that can continue, because, that helps me more than what anything does.
And another thing too that's pretty neat. Not if my boat would have been running better, I'd have done the same thing. But you got your brother and Ernie got to follow you around on day 3 and spectate and watch you. That
Yeah,
had to be cool.
that was so cool. They got some videos of me catching fish. Like I said, there was one point where they was out watching, and here come a local boat, and it was coming right in on me. And my co-angler said, "Man, you might have to do some traffic control." And I looked up, and I was like, "I don't think I'm going to have to. I got some guard dogs out there." And the guy came in, and they sat and talked, and the local boat wrapped their poles up, and they actually sit and watched for a minute, and I caught a fish in front of them, and they rolled. But that's Alabama people for you. Everybody's so nice. Like I tell everybody, down there, I get treated better at a gas station at 4 o'clock in the morning than you will at any time in any place in the United States. The people down there are so nice. And which, the people around here are nice too. But it's just, when you go down there, you just feel at home.
The Southern people have the hospitality.
Absolutely.
They definitely have the hospitality. I say it all the time that it's just so amazing how when you get down there, I mean, they just treat you like you're just one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, and you feel like you're at home.
Yep.
I mean, you feel like you're at home.
Yep.
Okay, you got anything else?
No, I'm good. As long as there's no more questions, I appreciate you having me on. And like I said, I'm probably, do some videos this year, or try to. They probably won't be very good, but I'm going to give it a try. And if anybody has any questions about anything else, you can reach out, Facebook, or, most of you probably got my phone number. But just, let me know if you need anything. And thanks again for everything. And I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah, Dustin Hoy said congratulations. Tom Gould said congratulations. Ron Williams said congratulations. Fred Redfern. So we're getting a lot of comments on here. There's Cheryl Howson.
Yep, Cheryl.
Cheryl, yep, she said congratulations. I'm getting all kind of people on here tonight. You're gonna make my show do something. Maybe you should start doing it instead of me.
Man, I tell you, it makes me feel good. I have a lot of people following me, and it makes me feel really good, and I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and if you want to stick around in the background for the trivia question, you can, or if you want to close out, that's up to you. And what did I do over here? I got too much stuff going on at one time. It's what happens. How did I lose my face? Leave it up to me.
Yeah.
Somehow I lost my Facebook again. I just like to keep it on so I can see the comments too, but if I don't find it, here we go. Thank God for a big screen.
Yeah.
I use a TV monitor for the screen so I can see all the comments and stuff. Okay, well, I'll put you backstage and we'll do the trivia question. Again, Andy, thank you. And when after you're done at Pickwick, we'll get you back on.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Cassie's putting Rusty in his place.
What happened?
Rusty said for me to get a good wife and I can go fishing, or get a good wife with a job and you'll be able to go fishing. And she said he's got one.
I've got one. That woman. Yeah. I'll just go and talk about her for a second.
Yep.
So I go out of town, and I'm out of town for a week and a half at a time. She stays home with my 2 little hellions, and I'm just kidding. They're great kids. Garrett, obviously you know Garrett. Garrett is the most talented little boy I've ever met in my life. He is such a good fisherman. He's already killed 2 bucks. He's 6 years old, getting ready to be 7. But anyway, she stays home with them, works 40 hours, taking them to the babysitter, taking him to school, getting him off the bus while I'm gone, and never says a word about it. And that goes back to, having a good support system. If I didn't have that, there's no way that I would be able to do this.
Nope. And
And
knowing at home that things are taken care of.
yeah, and not to mention she's smoking hot, but you know, so
And
she deserves, this is her. Like, even with, when it comes to Duck and Z-Man, and she's been talking back and forth with Luz, she does all that stuff. And that's all the stuff kind of behind the scenes that nobody sees. She's the one making sure I've got medicine in my bag before I leave, and making sure I've got everything. And without her, it wouldn't happen, period. So thanks, honey. Appreciate it.
yep, not oh, okay, yeah. Her and we can't forget, see, I don't care, I don't call Garrett Garrett, I call him Pringles boy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, that's probably the most I've ever heard, the loudest I've ever heard you laugh in my life when that happened. That was so funny.
I'll go to my grave laughing about that. That was cool as all get out.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's
All right.
okay, I'll put you backstage and I'll do my trivia question. Thank you,
All right.
Andy.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All of you's been on here. Wow, what a show. And what a young man. Like I said, I've known him. Me and his dad used to, his dad would come get me when I was 12, 13 years old to go coon hunting. Okay, trivia question. Again, we're doing 2 tonight. We're doing the 4.4 sonar shad in Morning Dawn and the custom plopper from Custom Hard Tackle. And the question is, I think I asked this years ago, but I'm going to ask it again tonight. What boat company molds does Phoenix Boats use? Phoenix Boats bought out a boat company that used to build boats. What was the name of the boat company? What boat company molds did Phoenix take over and start building boats with? Phoenix Boats. Nope, not Champion, Dean. Nope, not Astro Glass. I can't believe Aaron must not be still on here. He'd already answered it. Nope, not Bullet. Yep, Cheryl Housing got it. Cheryl Housing, Bumblebee Boats. Nope, Cheryl got it, guys. Boy, Aaron, I'd say he could give me a run for my money. I'm not that good at burro. He beat him and his son beat me at Lake Snowden last year. Travis, you was right behind Cheryl, but Cheryl got it. Question, Aaron, was what company did Phoenix buy out to start building boats? And Cheryl Housing, she got it. Cheryl, send me your address on Messenger, and I'll get these baits in the mail to you. I'm sure you'll let your husband borrow them. I know he'll put them to good use. Well, now my mouse froze up on me. What? There we go. Okay, guys, I appreciate everybody tonight. We've had a really, really good turnout of people on tonight. Even got Pete Williams down in South Carolina on here. You're a little late, Aaron. But yeah, guys, what a show. I'm working on a couple other things. Also, March 14th, don't forget, well, let's go back, March 7th, this Saturday, down at Oak Hill High School, we'll be having their swap meet. Well, here's Paul Taylor from Canada. Hey, Paul. But yeah, there'll be a swap meet. I'll be down there. Hook and Donkeys is going to be down at Oak Hill. So this Saturday, 9 to 1, the doors are open. Come down to Oak Hill, check out the fishing swap meet. And then next weekend, the 14th, Run and Gun will be having theirs up at Corning. I will not be there. Me and Dad, I'm taking Dad down to Knoxville, Tennessee for the Classic. We've already got a house reserved and stuff, so looking forward. Dad's getting to the age that this might be probably the last time he'll be able to walk around and enjoy the Classic, the Bassmasters Classic. So we're going to take off, me and him and John and little Charlie. We have room. If somebody else would want to jump in, we have room in the truck for one more person and room in the house for one more person. So get with me. If somebody's interested in going to the Bassmasters Classic, not this weekend, the following weekend, we'll leave early Friday morning and get down there for the weigh-in Friday afternoon and stay Saturday and Sunday weigh-in and come home late Sunday night. Be back to work for Monday. But looking forward to that. I'll have a good talk about the Classic when I get back. And we'll talk more next week on what takes place down at the swap meet at the Oak Hill one. And then tomorrow night, anybody wants to join the Bass Club, we have a meeting tomorrow night at Ray's Harvest House. We will be going over. We're going to raise our club entry fee $5. Vote on it. And also, we are going to be raising, we've already voted to raise the Lake Snowden to $30 a boat this year to up the payout. That'll make the payout better for everybody. We're going to change the whole payout at Lake Snowden, so it'll be $30 this year per boat, and we'll be able to pay back better money. So, and that starts the last Wednesday of March. We'll start the last Wednesday of March at Lake Snowden, 5:30 to dark. And yeah, we got a club meeting tomorrow night, and our first club tournament's March 29th at Lake Logan. So, guys, if you haven't joined the club and you want to join it, get a hold of me or show up tomorrow night, get your dues paid. And fishing season is just a couple weeks away. And man, am I ready for it. I am ready for it. Probably going to have a little trip. I'm going to take a little trip south on a weekend too. Leave on Friday evening and drive down to Jordan Lake in North Carolina. I've heard so much about it, and I'm going to go down there and spend 2 days fishing it. Yes, Jack, I was going to go up to Buckeye yesterday, but I just don't. It's a little cool yesterday, so, and you told me the lake level was pretty low, so, but this week here with the next 7 days of rain, if they close the gates at Buckeye, it will be up and good by the time things go. Ron, message me afterwards if you're wanting to go to the Classic. You would be a ball to take with us. Okay, guys, I appreciate everybody, and I will see you next week, next Monday night at 8 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Reach out and give Andy a thumbs up and congratulations on his webpage. He really, really done a wonderful job. So I might talk to you, Aaron, if you've been at Jordan. That's why I'm going down there. They say there's some monsters there. I got a 9-4 to beat. Okay, guys. See you next week. Oh, wait a minute, real quick before I end off from here. Speaking of Aaron, you talking about a guy that can take and work magic on boats. I dropped my boat off with a complete wiring mess that I'd put in it, and it looks like a factory bought boat now. I will put a video out here within the next day or two when I can get it out to where I can video it good and show you. I wish I had a before and after picture, because he done amazing work on the wiring and stuff in my boat. I am so glad that I met this man. If you guys need boat work done, go see Strickland Plus Marine. You won't regret it. Okay, till next week.